Inching closer and closer to the defeat of Dr.Wily, we take on the frozen fighter Tundra Man. Now before I took on his stage, I decided to give Mega Man a few upgrades. I purchased one without reading because, I tend to do that in games, and it massively decreased my health, but made the double gear ability useful. And I was like, I have to quickly disable this because I can't start a level with like below 10% health. And the second one just made Mega Man stick to ice more, which was definitely useful for this stage. And speaking of which, this is a great transition. Let's talk about Tundra Man stage. Now this stage was probably the most challenging stage for me, if I'm being honest. There are floating snowflake enemies, rabbits, bottomless pits, and basically wind that blows you in a certain direction to impede your progress, depending on what part of the stage you're in. And there's also a Mammoth mini-boss, which didn't give me too much trouble, but still an interesting mini-boss. And I like this design and fight style, so I'll give that one a good grade. Now the most delicate part of this level would include the regions where the wind is pushing against Mega Man to, like I said before, impede his progress. And sometimes you think you'll have a good jump, but the wind will blow you back and you'll fall into a bottomless pit. So I would advise gamers to at least use the speed gear to move normally throughout the level in order to, get past these wind sections. However, even in speed gear, the wind will still affect your jump distance, so make note of that. Now, I have to talk about the part of the boss fight that was the most difficult for me because, I had a hard time with this part. This is where you have to jump, slide, and jump at the exact right moments in order to get to the final boss. And I'll say I died more times than I care to admit. However, through perseverance, I was able to get past this part, and which kind of shows that even with enough practice and repeatedly doing something over and over again, you will eventually get past the hurdle. So this is a pretty good level. It taught me to keep trying until I got what I wanted. Now let's talk about Tundra Man. So, design-wise, he's modeled after a figure skater, and he gives us this air of arrogance. It's just so funny because when I first saw his intro, I was like, oh, he's really flamboyant and seems kind of arrogant. I can't wait to take him down. And he has this light purple design that really blends well with the ice crystal surrounding his body, so I have to say I really like his design. I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. However, his boss fight left me with a lot to be desired. So when you start, since he's modeled after a figure skater, he'll dash across the screen using his weapon, the Tundra Storm, in order to either hit you or freeze you. And when using the speed gear, he just goes faster. And I had his weakness, the Scrabble Thunder, so it just made the boss fight easier. Which is kind of a criticism I have of this game, that when you have the weaknesses of the bosses, the game kind of hands you a victory, you don't really work for it. And I love this boss fight, but there was a time where I was just thinking, this is kind of easy. And I have to say, I hope the next two bosses aren't exactly like this. I hope there's an actual challenge to them. For that, I could just switch the settings on my game and turn it to a higher difficulty. But it's neither here nor there. And my final thoughts? Tundra Man is a well-designed robot master with a level that has a genuine challenge to it. However, he's a boss fight that let me feel lacking. I felt that the victory was too easy to obtain, and maybe that I should change the difficulty to my game. All in all, I have to give Tundra Man a B+. Good design, good level, but the boss fight just felt too easy. Anyway, next time we'll take on the Blazing Brawler Torchman, and see, hopefully his boss fight is way harder than this. Have a good day, and God bless you all, and I'll see you the next time. Okay, so something I forgot to mention in this. I kept dying a lot in this, so in this video if you see me dying, yeah, I die a lot. This was a very difficult stage for me. But I eventually got to it, and I eventually conquered this level. Now, something I would like to mention is that when you're fighting the mini-bosses, they all seem to have the same weaknesses as the stage bosses themselves. I don't know if this was like on purpose or anything, or to help get new people into the games, but it seems kind of a win instantly button, because all you have to do is hit the mini-bosses with their main weaknesses 3 times and you automatically win. But I should probably discuss that in the next video or so. I have a feeling that it's probably going to be the same way for the next 2 levels. Yeah, I hope not. I hope there's a challenge to it. I mean, but with all the upgrades I bought, I'm essentially a demigod at this point. But that's neither here nor there. This post Nortron, I'm signing out.
Now, start the music. You want to dance? Feel freeze. Ah! Elegant! Dodge is power! Get a change! Get a change! Look out! Wow! Don't blink! Colder, gorgeous, and attack! Cool! The last dance!
It's so good to see you safe.
Okay, are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready. Are you sure? Ta-da! All ready.
It's so good to see you safe. It's so good to see you safe.
Okay, Mega.
Anyway guys, thank you for watching my video, and And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and give me any criticism or word of advice to help me improve.
Okay, Mega.
I'll take anything, really. Thank you. Have a good day.